Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you already know, my name is Kielaohh, and this is the Introverted Icon Show. If you were tuned in with us last week, we went over how I am a Jane of all trades and how God blessed me to be multi-talented, multi-passionate, and very creative. I shared with you guys my personal story and some tips as well to help you if you're out there and you find yourself being what's considered a highway in a one-lane world. If you haven't had the opportunity to check out that video, I recommend that you check it out now. But the topic of today is us discussing money secrets of the wealthy. So if you don't have something to take notes, good notes, pen and pad, I recommend that you get that now because I don't want you to miss the information and I want to get you guys on track to be where the wealthy be at. Let's go. Okay, so before we dive right in, I want to talk to you guys a second about understanding that everyone does not make the exact same type of money, especially if you live in the United States. I don't know how it works in other countries, but here, everyone's not making the same type of money. So I wanted to go over the 4 social classes just to give you an idea of how all of this works. So first is the lower class. These are the people that are seemingly poor. They don't necessarily have the income nor the resources to live a life that would be considered to be comfortable. Next is the working class. These are the people that are working jobs that most people wouldn't want to work, but they're doing whatever it takes to get the job done just to make ends meet. Next is the middle class. These are the people that are highly educated and they're using their degrees to work in professions that can assist them in living a life that is considered to be substantial. And then last but not least is the upper class. These are the elite. These are the wealthy. These are the people that are living the lives that they want to live on their own. Now we're going to talk about what does it mean to be wealthy. The definition is going to vary from person to person. And no, we're not going to go over the dictionary definition today. But what I will say is, to me, being wealthy is about freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of money, freedom of resources, freedom of friendship, relationships, access, love. You being able to live the life that you want to live and be who you want to be without being concerned about how am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to get this taken care of? It just gets taken care of. It just gets done. You get to live like how the elite and the iconic get to live. And I strive to be and to live this way each and every day. So let's jump into what the money secrets are so that we can be on this path and we can live a true life of freedom. Alrighty. Money secret number 1 is they value financial education. Financial education is vital. For the most part, the majority of us go through primary, secondary, and even college education knowing nothing about money. Myself, I went above and beyond when I was in school. I took economics, I took statistics, and I took business classes, and I still came out of those classes knowing nothing about money. All they taught me how to do is how to properly get dressed for an interview and how to write a check. So I only learned how to give away my money and my time, but never the basics of finance. So the wealthy, they go out of their way to get the information, or they sit down with someone like me, a licensed industry professional, and they learn the game of money. It is called the money game for a reason. And in order to win the money game, you have to first know the rules. And secondly, you have to know how to play to win. So they get the information and then they apply the information because applied knowledge is power. Next up is money secret number 2, and that is the wealthy invest wisely, whether it be their time or their money. How you invest your time and your money is going to be the determining factor of whether or not you're going to be wealthy. If you're spending the majority of your time scrolling on social media, but you expect your life to change, nothing's going to happen. If you're hanging around the same broke friends every single day, but you're expecting all of you to just miraculously become wealthy, nothing's going to happen. If you have your money just sitting underneath a mattress or in a savings account and you expect that money to grow, nothing's going to happen. You have to invest into yourself and into your future. The wealthy understand this deeply. They don't just hanging around anybody, or they're not just hanging around anybody. And they're not just putting their money anywhere or not having it advance in any type of way. So you have to do your due diligence to invest into the proper people and into the proper places in order to move forward. Next is money secret number 3, and that is a salary isn't the whole story. You are not going to be wealthy working a traditional 9-to-5. I'm so sorry to tell you that. Someone had to tell you. It's the truth. You have to, outside of your traditional 9-to-5, invest either into a business or to create one yourself. And I know there's going to be some people that say, well, I make six figures and I think I make a decent amount of money. Again, sorry to break it to you, six figures is not a lot of money when you really look at life in the grand scheme of things. $100,000 can only go so far. $200,000 can only go so far. Even $1 million can go so far. If you do not have at least $5 million liquid or a net worth of 7 to 10 million, you're not classified as wealthy yet. So we have a lot of work to do to expand outside of tradition. Next up is money secret number 4. The wealthy understand risk and that with no risk, there is no reward. They're not afraid to take a little risk and they understand that they have to put themselves out there and sometimes it takes money to make money. The poor do not think that way. They believe that everything is a scam and that their cousin Frank tried that one time and it didn't work for him, or the industry is too saturated, I'm not going to make any money here. No, the wealthy don't think that way. They map out a plan. They put forth the necessary risk. They put the time, effort, and energy behind it, and then they execute that plan. Do not have the poor mindset, sit back and watch other people succeed while you're sitting there scrolling and twiddling your thumbs trying to figure out, well, how did they get so blessed? How did they get so lucky? No, they did the work and they put the risk behind it because they knew that something was going to come out of it in the long run. So put forth risk and get something in return. We're moving and we're rolling. Money secret number 5 is the wealthy understand value over cost. In other words, they're living below their means. They're not spending all of their money all in one place. The poor, unfortunately, do that. They get $100 and they figure out how they're going to spend that entire $100 today. The wealthy, they try to figure out how they're going to diversify that money. $10 to tithing, $50 to an investment, $10 to buy themselves a little snack and whatnot. They're not spending it all in one place. For example, the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, drives a Honda. This man is a billionaire, but he drives a Honda. He understands that it's not what you make that's important, it's what you keep. Don't be like the poor bragging about what they spent. Be like the wealthy that's bragging about what they saved. Okay? You want to switch out of this mindset of just spend, and shift into save. The wealthy save their money and do not splurge. Next up is money secret number 6. The wealthy learn from their mistakes and from the mistakes of other people. For example, they don't make the mistake of getting caught up into the debt cycle. When someone that's wealthy purchases something on credit, they typically pay it off right away. And I understand most people don't have the money to pay for things up front. But at the very least, have something in place, like a plan, to knock those things down so that you're not getting sucked in on a monthly basis into the cycle of paying more plus interest. Alrighty? Next, the wealthy learn from the mistakes of other people and they notice and they take note of, okay, that didn't work out for them. And I don't think that's going to work well for me too if I try to do the exact same thing. They apply the knowledge from what they learned from other people. And last, when they make a mistake themselves, they don't just wallow in it and they don't just sulk and say, oh, woe, it's me. They seek out advice from either a mentor or someone so that they can get better and not just stay stuck. Last but not least is money secret number 7. The wealthy have their money working for them. This ties in greatly with the topic that we went over before, and that is investing wisely. You have to have your money invested into the proper investment vehicles. And the wealthy understand that. So whether it be you're investing into a business that you own or a business that someone else owns or mutual funds, stocks, bonds, options, whatever it may be, you work hard for your money. So have your money working hard for you. Also, the wealthy understand something called the cash flow quadrant. And all that is that you have some people that are employees, you have people that are self-employed, you have people that are business owners, and you have people that are investors. The investors make the most money and the employees make the least. And that's mainly because they are depending on someone to pay them. The investors make money whether they work or not. So my recommendation is you become an investor and making money while you sleep. All right, y'all, that's it. I hope you learned something new about the difference between the different social classes and what you need to do in order to be one of the elite and one of the wealthy. If this inspired you in any type of way, please let me know in the comments below. I love hearing you guys' feedback, comments, and I want to hear some of your stories as well. Next week, we're going to be talking about how to be organized, really. You don't want to miss that because a lot of us are discombobulated all over the place, and we need to get in order and to get in line so that we can be wealthy and iconic. I'm so glad that you guys tuned in for this episode, and I cannot wait to see you on the next one. Until then, love you lots. Lemon Pops.